Welcome everyone, it's Fury here, and as always check this website for more tutorials. So today's video is the next part of RPG game creation actually. And yeah, where we finished on the last video is that we created DLL fucking sandbox again. We created simple health system and simple damage system. So it's like, we created this simple cube and simple attack system that we can attack it and deal some damage to it. Also regeneration, we've checked that it's working very well as well. So yeah, we're gonna attack this cube now. Wait for a little bit. 83, so you can see these numbers are not 0.0, so it means that they are regenerating actually. So it's cool. I'll remove this. So now let's try to create some maybe stamina system and sprint system. So let's do sprint system first. I'm gonna go in here to player.h, and we're gonna use current flag. So we're gonna do move sprint equals 1. These are beat flags. If you don't know what they are, you better check this out somewhere. Here in input, I guess that was the right place to look into. Yep. So the sprint, as always in most of the games, it will be under a left shift key. Move sprint. Key left shift. Move sprint. Okay. That's not only thing, we also have to handle the movements. They were over here. So we need to handle sprinting. Let me think. It's not as easy as you think, because you have this back movement where sprinting should not actually apply. You have move left and move right, where I think, and in my opinion, sprint should not apply to. It should apply only to the forward. But because how can you sprint while fucking walking across, forward and right like this, going like that? So how can you sprint this way? That would be just stupid. So remove the constant from here so we can modify it, and maybe let's call it move speed. Okay, let's leave it. Move speed. Another speed we're gonna have is float sprint speed, and let's do 50.f so it's visible, and float. Yeah, move speed and sprint speed. Now another if like this we're gonna need over here. Move sprint here will be okay, let me think now. The move sprint will change the move speed into sprint speed, but not for all of them. I guess we could do the sprinting stuff only for the forward direction. So here, if is moving forward and sprinting, then move speed equals sprint speed. That's what I would do. But so now, okay, let's maybe do one more thing. Float main speed 20.5 f. Okay, so main speed is something that we need in here, so that these guys always have main speed, right, left, right, and backwards, but forward always goes either 20.5 or sprint speed. So yeah, that's it, and it will work, but the downside of it is that if sometimes when you press forward and backwards together, normally they zero out. So move speed was 20.5 plus forward, and movement was 20.5 minus. So they give 0 in the end. So player will not move. But in this case, moves, if you sprint and move forward and then press move backwards, then move speed would turn into 50. So it would be 50 plus and 20.5 minus. So he would be still walking forward slowly. So we gotta get rid of this movement. And to do this, we would need to wait a second. So if he is sprinting, okay, I have idea. Let's do here. Let's grab this. If he is moving forward, okay, put velocity on the top, and if he's moving forward at the same time, we don't care about sprinting, we can handle it easier. Then velocity y equals actual 0 point f, because it's floating point. So I'm not sure, I've never done it in this way, but I think logically it should make sense. So now I'm walking forward, backward, right and left. Now forward I hold shift key now, so as you can see he's walking way faster. Right and left as well. I mean, right and left is just normal speed, but he's applying some little vector right and a little vector left. So now I go backwards, so he goes slowly again. So this is normal speed when I hold shift key, and it's still the same, so it works. But if I go forward and then press backward, it's zeroed out. Okay, cool, it works as I wanted. Very, very nice. And now we have the sprinting stuff. It's cool, but we should actually deal some stamina on it. But before we deal some stamina, we have to create some stamina component that will be, applying the stamina and general stuff. So here in the living related entities, new item, component, browse to your code and components. Remember that these are folders that are just virtual. These are the real folders where files are, but you can organize them better over here, but you can put them in one folder here. It's better to have them in one folder, because then when you include one file to another, you don't have to search for it. Just press name and that's it. So Let's do stamina component. New CPP file to the same components folder. And we got this. So pretty much this would be the same. I have idea now. I have idea now that um, hmm, because these components are pretty much the same. They both have regeneration. They both have maximum value. They both have regeneration ratio, the normal value, and apart from this alive thing. Um, I was wondering, we may uh, maybe we could create one component that would be called vital or vital, however you call it, vital forces or something like this. That or vital status, something like this, and it would be handling all this stuff. While we could add eventually some other components. So this would be like base class, and the other classes would derive from it. The same story like with the item and melee weapon. So that the item is the main component that is handling everything from the picking up and all this stuff, but it doesn't have attacks. So weapon applies these attacks to it. I guess that's cool. Yes, I'm gonna do this way. Although, yes, I could do just one component and then change its name in the schematic, but then I would have to keep this naming consistent, and when more entities comes, then it could be some problem. So I'm gonna add another one. Oh, I already have it here. So component will be called vital status component. CPP file to it. Okay, so as always, put the health aside. Vital status. And we're gonna make it structure, so we know that it's abstract and stuff. S. And now we're gonna grab from health component a little bit. Actually, not a little bit. Let's just do all of it, cause okay. Let's just do all of it. Structure as vital status component. With this alive, I don't care because this is health exclusive. So I'm gonna add it when the health comes on. Oh no, it's actually component. I fucked up. Okay, wait, give me a minute. I gotta do. Okay, what did I? Yeah, okay. So yeah, I have to do it like I did before. Holy crap! Come on. Uh. structure. Okay, properties. I don't care about this. Also here we can change. Oh no, we can leave it. Health properties. We're gonna change it to vital properties. Max value. Okay, this can stay like as it is, and yeah, and here we're gonna change it into vital component stuff. I don't have this anymore, and this will be very cool. You will see why I'm doing this in a while. I'm gonna grab all of them, or just I'm gonna copy everything out from the health component. I'm just gonna change this health component for S. So this component, just current document and final. Sorry, replace though. And here turn back in here. Vital status component is abstract component, just to gather these all functionalities for other components. So is not gonna be available from the editor. So get rid of this. Also get rid of all this shit here and apply new here, and then we don't need public because it's structure, so it's gonna be public anyway. And private, yes, but protected. Protected means that functions, classes that derive from it can actually have access to it, but no one else. And properties, editor properties, and no, they are not gonna be here. We need them to be somewhere else. And update. Instead of this, we're gonna do void regenerate. So that later we can, handle this properly in the other components. So regeneration itself goes like this. And these things we can handle later in the other components. So regenerate. Update. Well, we don't really need this over here. Oh well, wait a second. We can actually do this. Oh no, we can't. I mean, we can, but we don't have to really. We don't really care about any of this. Just the event update. Not that. So, process event. Hope we can get rid of this. Hopefully it's not gonna call on me and say that it's abstract. Yeah, okay. So this is base class, abstract class. So we could maybe do Oh wait, I have better idea. It's just like I always do with this, so we don't have to play with these super classes. Virtual void initialize class equals 0, so it's abstract. Also with this, class process event, and it equals 0, so because it's abstract. And here I'm gonna bring it back. Bring it back and update function. Is it really? No, it doesn't matter. What I need to do is here, class process event, also here, initialize class. Okay, that's what we have here. Guess it's cool. It should be fine. Now we're gonna take care of our health system once again. We're gonna make sure that we actually derive from the right thing, so we can get rid of this. So instead of this, we can do vital status component, and now vital status component, and these properties, they're gone. All I need is T is alive guy. Derives from this class, so all these methods are gone. Is alive, it's gonna be added here, and these are already over there in vital status component. So is alive this way. Set, and all this shit is gone. It's completely gone because we don't need it. It's all inside this class over there. What I need is process even, get even mask. No. What do we need? Initialize? Not really. Just need initialize class override and virtual void. What's the void? Okay, let's just copy it and paste. Override both of these guys here. I'm gonna put in their definitions, and sorry, not here. Yep. So these two lines are already in the vital status, so I don't care about them. I care just about this one line, and also these are already okay, like this. And all this stuff we're gonna copy paste to the process event of the class, and get even mask is already done. It's alive, and initialize class update is going on, and now instead of doing this over again, we're gonna actually remove this and do regenerate. That's it. So the rest is actually handled here in the health or any other component that because this is very specific. Maybe you want some components to reach higher level of this property than maximum. Maybe you want some of them to reach this. for example, when you use some special spell that gives you additional health and stuff like this. So yeah, of course you could always tweak the maximum health, but I guess that's pretty good way to do this. A good compromise between it. So here we have this properties. Vital properties. Oh no, why not? Actually, it's called health. Health properties. Okay. I hope it's all good. Hope I did it properly. So this method, this class already has all of these methods, so we can use them whenever we want in the health and whatever. Also, we have stamina component now. I'm gonna copy entire health component, paste it in here, because this will be pretty equal. Vital status, and now we're gonna call it C stamina component. I know I could create like one class with huge number of different properties like stamina, health, blah blah blah. I could do it, but I think it will be really cool because like I'm doing now, because if I create huge bag with a lot of different properties, then accessing them and changing them would be, and deleting them would be almost impossible and very hard. And now I can actually apply separately these properties to uh, some entities. So one entity may have health, but it doesn't have stamina. Maybe I want something like this. And what's then? If I create a huge bag of the properties and then assign all of them, how can I remove them later? So I think the modular way is better. Is alive is not the stamina what we want in the stamina, so pretty much gone. We need those things. Yes, we do, but we're gonna copy and paste from the health component. Let's swap it into change it entirely and then okay, with this initialize class and not really anything to do here in the stamina. In here we don't care if it's alive or not. Here we have to change it a little bit. Because we don't handle the death concept in here in stamina, so we do f value is less or equals, oh no, actually we do 0.f. It's less than 0, so we make sure that it's not going below 0. If it's less than 0, then it's 0. Then make it 0 fully. Full values. Yeah. That would be all for regeneration stuff here in the stamina. Now we can tweak these values here. So let's just assign you identifier. I guess that's all. That'll be it. Register stamina component. Yeah, okay, good. So before we compile, we have to add it to CMake list. As always, we have already 4 new files. Health is already there, but we also have vital status and stamina. So let's maybe copy this twice, and here, and this guy here twice. So we go mm, okay, we've got all of them now. Now we can compile it and reload this solution, so it properly reloads. Oh, we actually forgot about one thing. With the component system, while creating some base class and then classes that derive from it, it's exactly like here in the item component and this weapon inheriting from this. So um, this line is important. So now we can close this. It's, as you can see, anyways, it compiled properly, but this line is very important here. Stamina as well as okay, as well as in the health component. So the stamina usage will be a little bit more complicated. I mean, because health is obviously just damaging the player or any other character that has this component. But with the stamina, you can stamina can be drained while sprinting, while jumping, while doing some fast movements with the weapons or with the weapons in general, like in Skyrim it was. So yeah, there could be a lot to do with the stamina in the future, but at least we have very well prepared components. So we're gonna open up our player Fury that we're using, and as you can see we have this health component maximum value for the player. It's gonna be 100, and now we can add another component. So we're gonna be stamina. Here, stamina component. Maximum value. Also, let's do 100, and regeneration ratio. Let's do 0.06. So stamina regenerates faster than health, and that's it. Within the stamina, we can actually check it on the player himself. So, yeah. Do we want to have anything here in this while sprinting? Of course, it's doing the sprinting stuff. Let's see what happens. Okay, so here he's sprinting. It's cool. The only thing that disables sprint is move back, because it goes to velocity y0. So in this case, I'm gonna do um, let's maybe try to do something. Hmm. So yeah, so we should do disable this flag, the sprint flag at this point. So let's do it. Input flags. So we disable this now. And now at velocity, blah 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 shit. Actually, before anything, um, before anything here with the sprint, I guess we should actually check if the sprint can be applied at all. So if player can sprint, so we do. Um, Let me think. Move now. Sprint. If okay, if this flag is on, if we wanna sprint, if we attempt to sprint, and let's do for now, just for now. Sprint f sprint cost ratio 0. I guess 1. It will be training pretty fast, I guess. So now smooth sprint. If we want to sprint, so it means that this flag is on. If this flag is on, then switch it. I mean, check if. Actually, check if we can attempt, if we can do sprint at all. Holy crap! Wait a second. Let's do it here. It's the only place where we actually do apply some sprint. So, move sprint. If we attempt to move sprint, check if component stamina. Whoops, get component stamina component, and if p stamina get is more or equal than as the f sprint cost ratio. If stamina is more or at least equal, then we can sprint. Otherwise, no fucking way. Right, so yeah, so sprint speed. And in the end, oh yeah, and else if it's less than cost, so we don't have enough stamina, then p stamina or no, not stamina. I wanted to disable this. So we disable this sprinting stuff. So in the end, we will have to check before actually applying this velocity here. We'll check if he's actually sprinting, because if it doesn't have stamina, then it's gonna disable sprinting and here will be 0. So we go, if he's sprinting, then grab the stamina. P stamina. Whoopsie, what's going on here? Okay, working. Add stamina. Like, I don't know, minus. Oh yeah, minus F sprint cost ratio. So only, at least only player now have the stamina. So I'm gonna do crylog log all. Oh no, actually, why do we want to go into here to this? So let's maybe just do again. We have to do the stupid checks here. Crylog always stamina current stamina. This will be spamming our console. So p stamina get. So our current stamina. Oops. Yeah, as I remember, we already applied this stamina component to our player in the editor. As always, sandbox. Okay, we have stamina of 100. Nothing happens. Now I press sprint. It goes down and down and down and now it's draining very slowly actually. Now I stop. It's going up. If you don't know where to look, you can look over here. This is our console. The same like over here. And now it's back to 0. So it goes down, 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 and then go back to 100. He's draining it very, very slowly. But you know, there is one more thing we've gotta do with the stamina. Health is not that important, but with the stamina, yeah. Basically, you know, when you are sprinting, you are constantly using stamina. So we actually don't want to regenerate while sprinting because this is gonna make it drain slower. We wanna when you stop using stamina, then we wanna start regenerating this. But we can actually apply it to more than this, so we can do it here. Let's do boolean b is using or is in use or just be in use. So if it is using anything, okay, then anyway, So if props is in use, if it's not in use, then regenerate. Wondering why I put it in vital status is because this you can is by default is disabled. It's false. So if you don't want to use it, just don't use it. But at least you have this possibility to have this without adding this to the rest of the components. So and yeah, and vital status would have also one more thing. Oh, let's just put it where the void methods are. Void use. We can actually add this, do something different. Oh no. Let me think. Maybe we could do it automatically. What do you think about it, huh? Automatically it means that value and float f last value. So that with the vital status, if you want to regenerate, then if props value equals to props last value. Okay, so what it does is just simply checking if the health or whatever you have to here, like stamina or something, is changing. If it's not changing, then you can regenerate. If it's changing, it means it's in use, and if it's in use, then you know. So we don't need this anymore. But I want to be able to disable this possibility. Sometimes I actually want to be able to regenerate it constantly. I don't want, I want to have a control over this. So let's do bool. Always. It's gonna be always regenerate. Always. It's gonna be false by default. And here. No, here. Void. Always. Always regenerate. Okay. Also, we can actually do some get bool. They are overloaded. They both look like they are the same, but they are overloaded functions. Return. We always regenerate. So here. Local variable equals true actually. If props be always regenerate. Oh, it's if it doesn't want to be always regenerated, then place this stuff in there. And okay, if it's not always regenerating, but you want to have this working that way, then we go prop. Uh, Let me think. If it's not always regenerate, then check the value and then be regenerate equals true. Oh wow, why wouldn't I just do this? So we have regenerate if we want this function to actually work, then regenerate if they are the same, the last value and now value. And if they are not the same, then do not regenerate and save it also. But if this is true, so always regenerate, then it's always gonna be true, so it will never change whatever it is there. Alrighty. Now, if regenerate. Alright. So that's the way we made it. As I said, I'm not sure whether this is gonna work very well, but we'll see. Alright. Let's try it out. So it should be now draining faster. Okay, so I stop draining. Yes, it draining it way faster now. So it works as I wanted it to. Now going up, it's still very slow. But this is down to regeneration ratio, which we can tweak in the editor. So yeah, it's going very, very slow. Yeah, it's actually working pretty well. I don't like the way it looks here. Okay. I think in the future we should create some like sprint component that would basically do how can I say that? It would be we would be able to apply this to any entity. I guess that would be fair. Also, I don't like that. Stamina, let's get rid of this. Oh wait, actually we can increase the stamina cost. So let's see if he's gonna actually stop when stamina is down to 0. Yeah, he's not sprinting anymore. He's trying to regenerate, but he's not able to do this. Somehow stamina reached -5 there, but not a big deal. We'll fix it at some point in the future. It's not about stamina, it's somewhere here. So, it's all good here. So, yeah, that will be it for today's video. So, keep in touch with this project. Also, I gotta say that if anyone wants to help me with this project, like for example providing free assets, uh, any type of assets, could be buildings, and I'm not asking for the game SDK assets, okay? Because I could do it myself, but if anyone wants to help me with this and provide some free assets like buildings, trees, or whatever, vegetation, any kind of, or characters and stuff, so I would be glad to, we have to help each other, because I'm helping you doing these tutorials, and you could provide some assets for me if you have any. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.